Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. Oh, it is terrific Tuesday. We thank God for the wonderful ways He blesses us and keeps us in more ways than one. Today, I need to give a shout out. Happy ministry anniversary to my wife, Tina Morris Anderson. It's her 7th anniversary as being a licensed gospel preacher. We thank God for you. We thank God for your work in your hospital chaplaincy and your ministry that you do here at the Fountain. And again, we thank you so very much for that powerful message that you left with us on the first Sunday. Today, I invite you to look with me at Numbers, the 20th chapter, verses 1 through 13. This is a passage that reminds us how God is still working with Moses and the Israelites. It is now the first month of the year, and the whole community of Israel, they find themselves in the wilderness of Zin. This is right at Kadesh. It's while they're there that Miriam dies, and she is buried, and there is no water, and the people need a place to drink. But we find out the people are now angry. They rebel against Moses. They rebel against Aaron. They blame Moses that if he had not brought them where they were, that Miriam might still be alive, that all the others would be alive. But now they begin to have a complaint. And he said to all of them, God has been good to you, but they don't want to hear that. They're thirsty. They want something to drink. Now God tells Moses, I want you to take the staff that is in your hand, the one that you have used to do so much with. Take this staff before the whole congregation and ask the people, do you want water to drink? He speaks over the rock, and the rock pours out water. Isn't it amazing? He speaks to the rock, and the rock pours out water. Now we see how God has given Moses great leadership, and he reminds him, you must be careful what you speak, because whatever you speak can cause things to flow. You know, here at the Fountain, we believe that when God speaks, he causes everything to flow. You know, I hope you believe the same thing, because it happens right here in the passage. So when Moses did as he was told, the Lord allowed him to speak over the rock, and the water begins to flow. You and I, we must remember that God wants us to speak to those situations, and then you will find out that God will do great and marvelous things. Moses raised his voice at the people as they continued to complain. And then Moses does something that God told him not to do. He raised up his staff and he struck the rock twice. And then you'll find out that the water gushed out even more so. The entire community, they and their livestock, all had more than enough. We must remind ourselves that when God asks us to do something, we should do what he asked us to do. It was in Moses' anger that he hit the rock twice because he was angry with the people and he was tired of them. And that's where they call these waters Meribah, which means arguing. You know, sometimes you and I, we're in an argument with God. There's no need for us to argue with him, but it becomes a moment in time in all of our lives that we just have to surrender to whatever his will is. You know, God wants us to be at a place where when we surrender during this season of Lent, we'll find out that it is the best thing you and I can ever do. And God will do great and marvelous things in all of our lives. And then we too can say that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed. And the water is flowing like never before. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Take the Lord with you everywhere you go. And we'll talk with you again on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.